Stellar Blade is an extremely well-rounded game that offers a lot of juicy entertainment, and it is the best time I've ever had playing a game with only one hand.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Are you sick of the dumb, unfun Vogue slop we get in the name of video games today?
Oh, Tarsh isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Well, with its newest Nier Automata update, Stellar Blade is here to cure your depression. Stellar Blade follows Eve and her crew as they try to aid humanity's survival on a post-apocalyptic Earth where monsters known as the Naytibas reside. The main cast includes Adam, who is a brick wall disguised as a person, there's Lily, who actually has some charm to her, and then there's our main girl Eve, who definitely has a lot of personality. First off, character designs here are fire, and women here look and act like actual women instead of an ugly dude pretending to be one. I mean, that jaw could break cinder blocks. That fact alone already puts this game way ahead of these western flop fests. To say that the animators went above and beyond would be an understatement. The way Eve's body moves while going up a rope, sliding down a ladder, or simply just walking is straight up hypnotic. This is what modern technology is capable of, so you should never forgive these buffoons for trying to sell you shit like this. Eve just oozes of feminine energy, and some people might even consider her too polite, but I think that was intended by the creators, seeing how brightly she stands out in this crowd of unaccountable, unlikable, entitled, narcissistic self-insert girl bosses who believe they are perfect and it's everyone else who needs to change. Gamers would rather play as this than this. Now I'ma be honest here, the story itself is mid as fuck, but it doesn't even matter because the cutscenes look like this. And because the story is mostly just here to push you forward with the gameplay, and god damn, that shit good! The combat system in Stellar Blade is fucking fantastic. The inputs have that sense of snappy video gamey responsiveness. The attacks are fast paced with so many moves that transition seamlessly between each other, allowing you to perform cum loads of combos. Special attacks here are absolutely goated. There's also the least stealthy stealth attacks ever. Ooh, right between the butt cheeks. The sense of impact is magnificent with the visual and audio effects combined with the perfect use of DualSense haptic feedback. Bro thinks he's Kratos with them swords. You are not him, my brother. There are multiple types of parries, dodges, and counterattacks that hit like ecstasy. And the utterly phenomenal animations carry that feminine grace even during combat. Hell, you even have a drone that turns into a multi-purpose gun, which is mostly used for targeting weak spots and interrupting attacks, but can also do this.
Jesus Christ.
I just wish there was some actual incentive to perform aerial attacks. This game just has that cool factor nailed to the wall like your mother on a Saturday night. Everything about the progression system is also downright perfect now with the latest update, but what I am most grateful for is how this game handles difficulty. In my Space Marine 2 video I said, you know, after reviewing so many games, I am convinced that most game developers today just do not understand difficulty options. Well boys, I am so happy to say that after such a long time, we finally have a game that almost perfects video game difficulty. This is where the Dark Souls comparisons come in because of the campfires and all, but the difference is, you don't need to have a humiliation fetish or treat it like a second job to enjoy this game. That's not to say that the game isn't hard. It is hard, and so am I while playing it. If you are not being super thoughtful during fights, it only takes one moment to get your ass handed to you by even basic enemies. But dying and dying again is part of the process, because when you finally download the enemy's movesets, get good, and start bullying them back, there is no better feeling in the world. No, 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 no! Get downloaded, bitch! Now I called the difficulty almost perfect, and that is because 1, these jump scare attacks are cheap as f***, and 2, the indicators for off-screen attacks just straight up take a nap at times, so you end up losing health from hits you couldn't even see. Out here making me feel like Daredevil without the heightened senses in this bitch. But coming back, the enemy variety is excellent, with each enemy providing a different challenge. The boss fights are straight up S tier and some of the best in recent memory, and the developers knew that, so they also gave you a boss rush mode in the game. What a bunch of chads. These are a super challenging spectacle to behold. Even when a boss is recycled, it comes with new moves to provide a different challenge. Also, just look at these finishers, man. Stellar Blade looks, sounds, and feels biblically satisfying to play. Add to that the fact that this game genuinely has the best soundtrack in recent memory, and you have got an absolute banger on your hands. At this point, I'm so addicted to it, like I be humming this shit throughout the day like
So close to the goal, headed to light.
Whether you're beating ass or just roaming around the locations, the soundtrack never misses. And now that I've mentioned it, Stellar Blade follows a semi-open world approach where you have various small open worlds. The puzzles are interesting and remind me of old school video games. The game also has parkour with stuff like double jumping, dashing, wall running and all, and I like how you actively have to engage with the systems rather than just holding up wherever you see cum stains. Exploration is rewarded handsomely, and the world itself is so interesting that you actively want to explore and learn more about it. It's a whole vibe, bro. Like, it's insane that a game that is this expansive and good looking takes up only 40 gigabytes of storage. Call of Duty players are bawling their eyes out right now. Also, props to the developers for finally adding in a photo mode, cause God knows everyone definitely wanted it for this game. What are you looking at right now, by the way? One thing I do wish is the game should have had some sort of vehicle, because while the super sprinting is fast, it still isn't enough for the larger locations in my opinion. There are two types of side quests here. The awesome ones where the game utilizes its strengths to the fullest and you get to fight amazing optional bosses, and the terrible and lazy filler type shit which are just fetch quests. However, the biggest issue with the side missions here is that the navigation system is broken. Here I follow this marker only to reach the end of the map, so then I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out where to go until I decided to watch a YouTube tutorial and found out that the only way to get where I want to go is to use fast travel. What are you talking about, bro? Like, what was even the point of having a marker then?
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
The main missions though are usually great because they also utilize the game's strengths, and because this is a game that keeps getting better the more you play it, with awesome boss fights, intense set pieces, combat improvements, and straight nuts to butts action with rarely a dull moment. Like, I've never played a game where you can slam down your sword and then ride it like a skateboard down a roller coaster. Oh, and the second act of this game is just perfect video game fun. Also, in a time where we have games that cost $70 that can be 100% platinumed in 20 hours while offering zero replay value, Stellar Blade stands out by going above and beyond in making the game more replayable. New Game Plus mode is so well thought out, with new skills, new enemy placements, and whole new difficulty, new costumes and all, which was great news for me because I found this game so fun that I immediately started New Game Plus as soon as it was over. Finding a modern game with this much replay value is as rare as finding a feminist that doesn't belong in Arkham Asylum. So the reason why gamers love Stellar Blade is not that it's perfect or something. It is because of the simple fact that this is a game that is made for people who actually play video games instead of an imaginary modern audience. It focuses on everything that makes video games fun, gives them longevity, and ultimately possesses the most important quality that majority of games lack today, and that is true escapism. The fact that those talentless hacks would rather nominate a goddamn DLC and a fucking mobile card game for Game of the Year instead of Stellar Blade tells you everything you need to know about game journalism and why you shouldn't care about these dumbass award functions. As always, thank you all so much for watching till the end. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.